This message, this sermon, is for those who have a challenge connecting with other people. You can't fit into most groups. You are hard to impress. You are not the type to be jealous. You can't see competition, and you feel no threat. Most people are thermometers, but you are a thermostat. A thermometer just reads the temperature in the room, but a thermostat sets the temperature for the room. In other words, the entire room changes simply because you show up. When you walk in the room, people try to figure out who you are, what title you have, who you came with, how you survived, what's your story. They have no idea that you don't even know how you got in the room yourself. But by the grace of God, the hardest thing you can ever attempt in life is not being yourself. Did you hear what I just said? The hardest thing that you can ever attempt in life is not being yourself. Shakespeare advised, "To thine own self be true." Assimilating to what society suggests is normal can be a weapon of psychological torture. If you aren't careful, you will become an actor on a stage full of pretenders. You can end up picking activities that align with acceptance and don't match passion. You begin wearing clothes that aren't consistent with your taste. And regrettably, we live in a culture where to be different is an act of resistance. When you are not living your truth, you end up dying a lie. Because you will not admit that you are a misfit, you force friendships. You choreograph conversations. You become intentional to appear sociable. And you smile so that observers won't feel alarmed. That modern day prophet, Kendrick Lamar, that said, "All my life I had to fight." So a lot of times you end up spending time alone, and it's not punishment, it's a retreat. While everyone seems to enjoy movies, you would rather go to a play that actually has a plot, to hear poetry. Friends want you to meet at a restaurant, but you'd rather stay in and try new recipes. You just don't get any fulfillment from useless hours on Facebook. You'd rather read a book or actually have a conversation. The radio is inundated with trap music, but your contentment is in jazz, neo-soul, and Afro-punk. Everyone dresses straight out of Nordstrom's and Belk's and Macy's, but for what you're looking for, you can only find it online. The complexity of your personality has a very low tolerance for stupidity. And so you get angry when people are talking about trivial matters that really have no substance or grounding. And they don't understand in this season of your life, you are not caught up in TMZ. And you don't even care what socialites are doing, because you understand, as far as you are concerned, your life and your children and your family are the only things that matter. I'm talking to grown-ups who are tired of immature adults who act like children. You got an attitude because I didn't speak to you, and what you don't know is I didn't even see you. My mind was on something else, and I'm trying to operate at a different dimension. All you do is try to find somebody in whom you can come into agreement with, because you have in fact found that a lot of friendships are like milk. They are healthy until they meet their expiration date. And then when you keep them past their time, they will funk up the whole house. And so you get frustrated sitting at tables with people you have nothing in common with. And the only thing that they can talk about is the past, but the only thing you have a burden for is the future. And I'm talking to some people that have come up into a conclusion into your own life that in this season, right now, I'm my own best friend. So I learned how to encourage myself, how to challenge myself, how to stretch myself. I am comfortable enough to take myself out to eat, to go to the movies by myself. I don't need a bunch of folk running in and out of my house because I am at peace with being by myself and the grounding that God has given me. God has given me. Carolyn Steber wrote a blog for bustle.com entitled 11 Reasons Why You Don't Fit In. 11 Reasons Why You Don't Fit In and what to do about it. The first reason why you don't fit in is because you still don't realize that friends have changed. Friends have changed. They're married and you're single. You're single and they're married. Friends have changed. You're now looking for a career and all they want is a job. Friends have changed. They take delight in bags and shoes, and now you're thinking about investments and savings and legacy. Friends have changed. You now want a deeper relationship with God, and they just want to go to church. Friends have changed because now you're looking for aspirational goals, and they're just looking for lateral advancement. You want to network, and they want to hang out. Friendships have changed. Don't forget that some friends are for a season, some are for a reason, and some are for a lifetime. Seth Godin, in his book Tribes, says that everyone must find, watch this, people that can connect to your ideas, your conviction, and your passion. Many of us have upgraded associates prematurely. They are really not your friend. They're just people you hang out with when you're bored. Social media has diluted and bastardized the understanding of friendship because friendship used to have a requirement of experience and time and commonality. And now the only thing that is required is that you click a button. And now at your grown, mature level, you get upset and rather than have a conversation, you unfriend and block. You have to have comfortability in your own uniqueness without renting and leasing other people's approval. When you get up in the morning, you got to make up in your mind, if nobody else likes this, I'm wearing it. If nobody else wears their hair like this, this is what I want. If nobody else understands the reason why I've got to downsize, and my downsize is not a downgrade, it is a mature decision about the financial predicament I found myself in. And so I am no longer trying to impress people with money I don't have. Watch this, with people who are really broken than me. I need God to put me in a circle of people that I can expose my nakedness to, and they won't judge me, but they'll love me. That I can expose my nakedness to, and they won't judge me, but they'll love me in spite of my frailty, in spite of my brokenness, in spite of my inadequacy. They can know who I really am and still make the decision to love what I represent. You got to embrace your own uniqueness. Nikki Giovanni's poem Ego Tripping is subtitled, There May Be a Reason Why. Many people, watch this, you've got to get to a place where you stop apologizing for having an ego. Because with the grace of God that is on you, why should you battle with low self-esteem? I'm talking to 500 of you who are in this room who have the nerve enough to be broke and fly. Yeah. Did y'all hear what I just said? People can't understand how you that fly and you that broke. And they don't understand this is just God. Because this ain't even new. This skirt don't even go with this top. I just switched some stuff around because I know what it is to suffer with him and reign. It's the reason why you got an ego. You got an ego because you understand if God be for me, who can be against me? There's a reason you got an ego. I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. There's a reason why family members don't get you, because the Bible says when my mother and my father forsake me, that's the time that the Lord will lift me up. You got a reason to have an ego. You got everything you have, and you didn't have to sleep with nobody. You didn't have to compromise your character. You didn't have to reduce your integrity, but you understood if you're faithful over a few things, he'll make you ruler